Hey there, it's Zisteau. It's time for more Factorio. We've got some material science packs sitting here. Let's send the trains over to the research area. Let's research some new stuff. Okay, what do we want to do? Unlimited power! You got Thruster Suit 2, Jetpack 3, Adaptive Armor 4, Personal Roboport 2, Worker Cargo Size 3, Speed Module 5, 6, and 7, Railgun. So we got some new tech. We got a new rank of jetpack, a new rank of personal roboport, and a new rank of adaptive armor. We also got thruster suit rank 2, and part of the ingredients is thruster suit mark 1, which means we're going to be without environmental containment for my face for a few seconds. Hopefully I don't die. It's also going to reduce my inventory space by 20, which I think should be fine. All right, here we go. Do that. We got to strip it, actually. Strip, 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 and then thruster suit. Boom. Try not to die. Here comes the new one. Ooh, it's shiny. Put it back on, and let's see, right click. Give it that stuff. Just put it on there, and we'll reconfigure it once that's done. That's too many. We don't need all those. Actually, what we do need to do, dump all of those into this one, so we can get some nice new Roboport Mark II. That's gonna be real nice. We can also fit a few more things in here. Okay, for now, that'll have to do, though. So, oh my gosh, that is noticeably faster. So we've got way more jetpacks, and each of these has one more thrust than the Jetpack Mark II we've been using. That is way zippier. Way zippier. There is one more jetpack to unlock eventually, and one more thruster suit as well. In addition, we also got a new weapon, the railgun. Let's give it a quick little test. I gotta empty out this little thing there. And I've been making some ammo right here. This thing should have a really huge range. Range of 100. The submachine gun only has a range of 18. And it's gonna do 1,700 damage compared to the not even 100 damage of the submachine gun. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, and it pierces. That's amazing. Okay, I gotta do that again. One more time. Oh, you're gonna replace those robots? That's cute. Here, can I still hit it? Oh my god, that's amazing. When we finally get around to going after Vitamilage, we're gonna have to wipe out a whole planet. This thing is gonna be a ton of fun. Anyway, enough messing around. Time to get back to business. Last episode, we built material science packs 1 to 4. This episode, we're going to take on the huge task of building energy science packs 1 to 4 and astronomic science packs 1 to 4. So here's our in-progress checklist. These are all the things we need to research and start producing today, this episode, and we're going to get the robots to do all the hard work again because that was lots of fun and that was way easier than doing it myself. But first, before we let them loose, I think we need to give them a few design notes to improve the design for this time, based on what we learned last time. Okay, robots, a few basic notes. Note number 1, these 141 trains for the research science, those were a little bit too big, unnecessarily big. Let's make them smaller. Let's make them 121s. I already changed the ones here. Robots, try to adapt that for the new design. Next note, the material juice box science pack insight thing here, getting made from the different material catalogs. This goes on a belt, and it needs to hit up these 4 machines, making the 4 different tiers of science, but it also needs to get sent over to our circuit chip area to make the significant data, which we're going to need for every different science pack. So with that in mind, instead of having this belt going up here and then all the way back down, why don't we just produce the juice box at the top and reverse the order of the sciences? That ought to streamline things a little bit. Alrighty, and last design note for the robots. We're going to need a lot of landing pads for each science area, and there's going to be quite a bit of redundancy between different science pack types. So why don't we put the landing pads at the other end of the research area from the train stops, and then sandwich the two together, have the train stops at either end, the landing pads in the middle. That way we can reduce some redundancy and double dip on some of these landing pads. All right, robots, you got all that? Time to get to work. Laid out an area down here, lots of roboports ready to go. Time to sit back, let the robots do all the hard work. Damn, robots, nice job. So we've got a new science area combining two different science types. We've got astronomic science to the north of the landing pads and the energy science to the south of the landing pads. We're going to start with energy science. We need to upgrade to level 3. We previously got to level 2 with our temporary design. There's some stuff on the belts already because we already have 2 tiers of the science unlocked and several of the recipes. So we need to get to level 3 so that we can get some upgrades, which are going to speed things up for our base. But before we do that, we need to turn on these trains to get them all automatic to go pick up a few things. And when they fill up, they can also drop off a few things. So let's see, that was the pink juice box. Then we got to go send away for the yellow chips, the significant data, which is made from the juice boxes. This is a recycle train, which will fill up with landfill, go to the oubliette. This is to recycle the contaminated scrap. This is to recycle the junk data cards. This is to recycle the thermofluid to cool it back down. This is to go get some thermofluid. This is to recycle thermofluid. This is to go get thermofluid, different temperatures. Then we need the blue cotton candy, pink cotton candy, normal cotton candy that's orange, and we need data cards. Go get all that stuff, then come back, please. So the items have populated the belts, and we are beginning to make the first 2 tiers of Energy Science Pack. Each Science Pack has 4 experiments, which has to go to make a catalog, and then that catalog, it goes to make the Science Pack. It also goes up to make the Juice Box up here, the Energy Insight. The Insight has to go down to make the Science Packs, and also has to go off to make the yellow data card, the Significant Data. Significant Data is here, and so we're making Energy Science Packs 1 and 2 once again. You know what that means. Check, 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 mark. Oh, also, keep forgetting, we researched this last episode, the space platform plating, which means we can finally finish our Nexus. We don't have to use these conveyor belts as placeholders, we can place down the real legit thing. Yeah, looks much nicer. Much nicer. So we need to get to Energy Catalog 3, 100 Science Packs of Energy Science 1 and 2, and we need to get to Energy Science Pack 3 itself, which is 200 of those. While the machines build that stuff, we've got some leftover materials here from our temporary setup, so what I'm going to do while they do their thing is I am going to recycle all this stuff back into the machines. We'll start with the Energy Science stuff. I'll also get to recycling our Astronomic stuff. Oh wow, I can hold all of it. Wait. Yeah, I can hold all of it. Nice. Pretty good. So we have some science packs sitting here in the train, and we've got some left over from last time from our temporary setup, and the 2 combined will be enough to do the amount of science we need to do to get the next thing we need, which is the Energy Science Pack 3 unlocked. So we're going to research this, and we're going to research this. So with that research, we've got some new recipes to set, and we're just going to use the little notations that I left behind when we're going to use the notations that the robots left behind when the robots designed all this. Obviously, the robots made all this stuff, not me. So this is Energy Science Pack 3, takes all that stuff. Different flavor, but basically the same recipe, just different ingredients. That is going to be the third catalog, and then up here we can adapt to the third juice box recipe. Ba-boom. And I think it spit out some extra stuff back at me, and we'll recycle that back into the thing. So the third, let's actually check this to get an idea of what I'm looking for. That's the second one. This is the third one. So we need the darker lightning bolt. We need Mickey Mouse. We need the swirly S, and we need this sound cloud thing. I don't know what that is. I don't know what they are. I can't remember all these names. We'll just look at where they are. Okay, this is the lightning bolts. Okay, lightning bolt. Superconductivity data. Takes that stuff, outputs that stuff. 75% chance to get the superconductivity data, 30% chance to get the junk data card. We're going to upgrade our recycling just a bit. That's why we're trying to get to this level. Here's the Mickey Mouse one, which is quark data. Did you know that Mickey Mouse was a quark? A microscopic particle mouse cartoon. And this one is, whatever that is, lepton. Okay, lepton data is that. Bloop. I guess I didn't really show the ingredients, huh? It takes particle stream, and it outputs the data. Pretty cool. Okay, copy that. Let's just make sure I'm doing the right one. Oh, this one is the swirly S, which is entanglement data. It takes ion stream, the blue cotton candy, and it outputs that stuff. 20% to get entanglement, 80% junk data card. That's not very good. Okay, but we should be making that stuff now, and these guys up here, those are the tier 4. All right, we don't need to worry about them. Looks like we had all the ingredients sitting around. We should be making that stuff. We've got to set up... No, it's right here. And we are making the comprehensive energy catalog, the third catalog, which is going to go down to make our third tier juice box, which is the same thing but more efficient. Let me dump this stuff back in there. There it goes down the belt, into the machine, and out should pop some juice boxes. Getting constructed. Whammo zammo. Juice boxes! And that means check mark! So a short time later, we've got some Energy Science Pack 3 sitting here in the train, ready to go. Let's send it over to the science area. So what we need to do is research quantum processor, and that's going to allow us to get the supercomputer 2 researched. In addition, we're going to go after a more advanced version of our significant data recipe, which is going to use multiple juice boxes all at once. To get the 3 juice box recipe, we need to do the 2 juice box recipes, and they all have different names, which is kind of funny. So the energy one and the material one is nanomaterial. And the astronomic and the energy one, that one's called astroparticle. And then the astronomic and the material one, that one's called astromaterial. Wow, really creative. How'd you ever come up with such a cool creative name? Then all 3 together, they form, like Captain Planet, they form astrophysics. So we got all that researched, and we're going to need this guy, the quantum processor, to make our 4th energy science pack. But before we do that, we need to make some new supercomputers, which is always going to need this guy. And annoyingly, it also needs the quantum phenomenon data, and I don't want to set up a random train for every random machine or processor or module that needs some of these things. Like the speed modules are going to need our material catalogs. I'm going to set up a train for that because we're going to need a ton of them. And our productivity modules are eventually going to need, when we get to 5, 6, and 7, they are going to need the biological catalog. So we'll set up a train for those 2, because those are needed everywhere. But for this guy, I think we're going to craft it here, and I'll just set up a buffer chest, and I will periodically ferry it over, unless it seems like we're going to need so much of it that it's worth setting up its own production or some sort of train situation to ferry it back over there. Because it takes this guy, the quantum phenomenon data. But there we go, we're making it. Let's make some kind of buffer chest. There you go. And let's just tell it to do that. We need to make the supercomputer Mark II, and that's going to need 50 per computer. Looks like they stack to 50, so this will get us 10. So let's go ahead and say we want to make 20 at a time, because we've got a number of supercomputers around. We want to upgrade, namely the ones up here where we're recycling our data cards that are broken, or junk, or whatever they're called. So I got some quantum processors here. We dump them in here, and we can craft some quantum computers, quantum supercomputers. So we take our quantum supercomputers that are freshly made and we zoom with our shiny new rank 4 or whatever jetpack that's super fast down here to our data card area where we're going to upgrade some stuff. So first we're going to upgrade our significant data to a recipe that requires 3 different juice boxes from what we have been using is just 1 at a time. This will be a little bit more efficient for our resources. I've been swapping out the recipes from a distance and letting the robots put the remains in those containers, so we will dump these back into the machines. But as you can see, now we require a different kind of thermofluid. We were using the -100, which is over here on the left, and now it requires -273. I already flushed this particular pipe, which was connected to go, connected to go over there. We'll need to change that. Originally, I was going to upgrade this guy. I was going to swap him from being -100 to -273. That's why there's 2 different little icons there. But things are a little bit different because we're not doing biological science until last. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap out this guy who currently has -10C thermofluid, which is being used down here to reprocess our junk data cards. It's recycling them at a 70% rate, and our new recipe is going to let us recycle them at an 80% rate. But as I can demonstrate by trying to change the recipe, there's only the one recipe available, which we already had. That's why we needed the upgraded computers at the same time that we upgrade this guy up there, just because of the amount of thermofluids we will need. So now we have the rank 2 supercomputer. We can use the rank 2 reprocessing, but we're going to need -100C for this guy. So we're going to keep the -100C in this train. We're going to flush this one and change him to go get some -273. So now all these guys need -100C. We will disconnect this pipe right here, and we'll connect this one right here. We need some foundation for that guy to sit on. Then we'll connect it like that. Oh, but we got to flush this system first to get that -10 thermofluid out of there. Now we can put this guy in there. Now it's good to go. As soon as we get some new junk data cards, we'll recycle them a little bit more efficiently, which will be a good thing. So we also need to flush all the fluid out of these tanks. Let's do that. And we got to empty out the train. Then we got to give the train a new schedule. Tell him to go pick up the cold stuff. That's this guy. Book cargo, and then come back here. What is this train stop? What is it called? Let me look. It is Circuit, and oh yeah, we got to change the name of that as well. Okay, so we gotta change, easiest way to do it, just change that icon. There we go. Boop-blop. And then we can tell it to go pick up that stuff and then come back. Then come back here and drop it off until your cargo is empty. And I guess we can change the color too to make it a little bit more accurate. Something like that. Okay, and oh, it didn't finish. Stop. Manual, come back. Come back. It didn't finish. Go to that stop. You gotta empty out all this. Empty that out. Good. Okay, now it's going. Now we flush the system. Now the system is empty. Now we disconnect this old pipe, and we connect it to the new pipe. Let's put a pump there. So the train is back, and oh, I just realized, actually, we need that -10 to make our machine learning data. So I may have to just add an extra stop here so we can have all 4. Because I forgot about this, and I don't think we're going to get a more efficient version of that that's going to change that fluid. Let me just disconnect that for now. I'll worry about that later. We don't need that right away. We have a decent stockpile of it. Okay, there we go. We're making significant data from 3 different insights. 36 different insights gets us 8 significant data, which is a little bit better than the old recipe. And that is a check mark. There, I fixed it. We got 1 train stop for each of the different thermofluids. Eventually, we're going to get rid of 1 entirely, but for now, who cares? So, now that we are going to need all 3 different juice boxes to make our significant data, we definitely want to speed up the rate at which we're creating those juice boxes, and so we're going to upgrade all of these computers to quantum supercomputers, twice as fast. Look at it go. Wow. Oh, also we got twice as many speed module slots. Even faster. So now that we've got Energy Science Pack up to level 3, we've updated our supercomputers and we've increased the efficiency at which we produce the significant data from our juice boxes, and we've also increased the rate at which we recycle our junk data cards. It's time to bring our Astronomic Science Packs up to level 3. They're currently at level 1. Let's send this train over to the research area. Let's unlock Astronomic Science Pack 2 and Astronomic Catalog 2. So just like all the other tiers we've been doing, it's a predictable format with a little bit of unique flavor based on what we're doing. This is Astronomic Science Pack 2. It takes that stuff, and then here we'll make the catalog, Astronomic Catalog 2. We can update our juice box, and this will help keep up with the other juice boxes. Need to get that to tier 3. There we go, and we gotta switch this pipe because this takes a different type of thermofluid now. So let's do that, and let's just do that. Okay, we got the thermofluid, and now we need to make the catalog. So astronomic science is all about looking through telescopes and observing what we see. In order to make a record of what we see, we need these discs, which are getting made down here. These blank observation frames are going out to all these different types of telescopes, which are observing different types of light. This is the visible observation frame. This guy is infrared observation frame. This guy is UV observation frame. Those guys go into these machines to make the data, and then those go here to get the catalog. We're also going to need, and this is a little bit of a unique mechanic for the astronomic insight, we're going to need this multispectral astrometric analysis, which is going to have more ingredients as we rank it up. And it will then require more ingredients, but have a more efficient output. Let me just see, do we have the next tier yet, or do we need to research that? Yeah, we do have the second tier. Okay, so the next tier is going to take, in addition to what it's already getting, we need to make microwave observation data and X-ray observation data. Let's update those, and it did spit out a whole bunch of these things back at me. I'll recycle those in a bit. So consulting this thing as a reference, we need gravitational lensing, gravitational wave, X-ray observation, and microwave observation. All right. So we can just use these little constant combinators, which are here to tell me what to set the recipes to. This is gravitational lensing data. Set all of those guys. This guy up here is the other one, gravitational wave data. There we go. That's getting made. And those are getting made. I think we need some more of these, though. Gravitational lensing data. Boom, 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 boom. Those guys just need the astrometric data. So that doesn't seem too tough. This one down here, that's a different symbol, so we don't need that one yet. Over here, this is microwave observation frame, which is already going down the belt to make these guys. And this recipe isn't set yet. Okay. Microwave observation data. Microwave observation data. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Is that getting made? Yes! Okay, this guy is set. That is X-ray observation frame, but this recipe is not set. Okay, it looks like we had the telescope recipes, but not the data recipes. So X-ray observation data. Let's set those guys up. And are we getting everything we need? X-ray observation data. Yeah, now we're getting everything. Okay, we are now making Broad Astronomic Catalog, the second catalog for astronomic science. And with all that stuff put together, we are now creating Astronomic Science Pack 2. Check, mark. Check mark, check mark. So now that we've got some Tier 2 Astronomic Science Packs ready to go, we need to do, yet again, some more research. This time we've got several things we need to research. We're going to unlock Aeroframe Scaffold, which is also going to give us a new recipe for low-density structure, which we've been wanting to have for quite some time. We're finally going to get to use. That's going to be really good for our mega base on Nauvis. Then we need the Gamma Ray Telescope. Going to unlock a new telescope and the Gamma Ray Detector and Gamma Ray Observation Frame, which we're going to need for the next tier of research. And then after that, Astronomic Catalog 3, which, oh, it looks like we're missing something. Yeah, we also need this guy, the Radio Telescope. Okay, back up, do the Radio Telescope. Now we can do Astronomic Catalog 3 and Astronomic Science Pack 3. So first thing we need to do is make those new buildings. We got access to, let me find them. We got access to Gamma Ray Telescope, takes all that stuff. And we got access to radio, telescope, takes all that stuff. I'm just going to shift, right-click, shift, left-click the ingredients into the requester chest, and the robots will take care of the rest. And we don't need too many of these. I'm going to limit them. These big telescope guys probably don't stack, do they? So let's just do that. And we're going to need, let me look how many. All of these guys are placeholders. We're going to need 10. We're going to need 10. And that's how much space I left. Okay, and then these guys, we only need 2. So 1 space should be plenty. While those are getting crafted, let's go down to the Nauvis Megabase via our navigation satellite. We can finally fill in some of these machines. So we just unlocked this thing, the aeroframe scaffold. These machines have been sitting here dormant for ages. Now they can actually fill a belt with those aeroframe scaffolds, and we can finally have the new recipe for low-density structures. These machines have been sitting here doing nothing for who knows how long. Beep, 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 beep. Finally, we can have those on actual belts going into this machine. For ages, those have been getting made and getting moved around via robots, so we're going to cancel all of these. Bloop, bloop, robots are going to pick those up, whatever. Like that, and we also want to empty out all of these chests. I think those were all low-density structures. Let's just, you know what, we'll turn these all into active provider chests. So the robots will just take care of it for us. And then when they're done, I'll switch them back, and in the future we may use these to make something else, although most likely, we probably won't. Anything we need from now on, we're going to make in space and come down here as infrequently as possible. There you go, robots. And they're making a much more efficient version of low-density structure, getting made on the belts. Eventually, once we start making the new speed modules we got access to, we got to come back down here and upgrade all the speeds for all the things. We're going to upgrade from speed module 3s all the way to speed module 7s. That's going to be a big deal. We may actually start using more of our 20 gigawatts of power that we've had access to for a very long time. Okay, but our machines have finished being crafted. I don't know if we need these for anything else but the science. I'll just leave a little bit of space. So we'll have a few if we happen to need them. We're going to zoom down to our science area. We got all 10 of those. We got 2 of those. Pretty good. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, man. I am moving so fast. I can't wait to see how fast we go with the next upgrade. We're going to pick up all of these. These are just placeholders. So we know where to put all the pipes and inserters and stuff. And I want to also make sure that the input and the output are arranged properly, although I don't suppose it really matters. I'll tell you what, let's do it with the robots so they'll copy the recipe. They'll also copy the modules. There we go. And this guy's already making radio wave observation frame in our radio wave telescope thingy. There we are. 5 on each side, and then I will do a copy and rotate, paste it all up. There we go. All right. Radio wave observation frame getting made, going down the belt, heading this way. Let's follow it. So it needs to go here. Let's just use these placeholders. Radio wave observation data. They tell me what to do, so I don't have to keep all this stuff in my brain all at the same time. Radio wave observation data. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And then these 2 guys are also placeholders for the shiny new purple gamma ray telescope. Ba-boom, ba-boom. And all they do is, I guess, this one thing. Gamma ray observation frame. Like that. Those guys need gamma ray detector, which is going to get made right here. Gamma ray detector. Cryonite / chemical gel. Beryllium plate. Multispectral mirror. Needs chemical gel, because, oh, this is incorrect. Let's see, if I rotate this, will it be correct? That pipe right there needs to be gamma / no, okay, it needs to be changed. Boom, boom. I wasn't sure where the inputs and outputs were going to go. We can move the light to there. There we go, okay. I mean, the robots didn't know where all this stuff was going to go. That's what I meant. That's the wrong thing. We need to put some speed modules in there. And then this guy needs to make the gamma ray observation data. Looks like we are making that. Hooray! Alright, so this is going to make our 3rd comprehensive astronomic catalog. And then here we will make our Astronomic Science Pack 3. Takes all that stuff. And then down here, one more thing. We need airframe scaffolds for this science area. There that goes. And of course we can update our juice box. Where is it? It's down here at the bottom. We can update that to tier 3 as well. Tier 3. And I think, yeah, we don't need this buffer chest anymore, because we don't have an output of those circuit chips. We can recycle all of that. Let's check our catalog, see if we are producing everything. No, okay, we need this swirly dark matter data, and we need this bundle of sticks negative pressure data thing. So one of them is right here. Dark matter data, 60% to produce, and it's always going to produce one junk data card, 39% for a broken data card. It's going to produce, the ingredients are one gravitational lensing data and one negative pressure data, which we have to produce in just a second. Get all those up and running. And then that's this guy right here we need next, the negative pressure data, which needs aeroframe scaffold, astronometric data, and some thermofluid. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, that's getting made. Hooray! Is this the same thing or is this something different? That's something different. Okay, those are going on a belt. And I think, in addition, one other thing, we got a new rank of this recipe here. We now have access to the multispectral astrometric analysis 3. Wow, that is a mouthful. Copy and paste. We are still waiting for radio wave observation data, and looks like we're a little bit low on our data cards. Since we just picked up that buffer chest, I'm just going to dump these into containers. There we go. Looks like we're producing the catalog. That's good. And it looks like we are producing the new version, the final version, I think, of the multispectral astrometric analysis. That's really good. And with all that getting made, we are now making Astronomic Science Pack 3. Check mark! So we have some science packs sitting in the trains. We've got some Astronomic Science Pack 3. We also have some Energy Science Pack 3, and that means, you guessed it, it's time to do more research. So this time we're going to unlock both Astronomic Science Pack 4 and Energy Science Pack 4 at the same time. They both require Space Probe Rocket Silo, which we'll need to deal with in order to make both these science packs. So we'll do the catalog and the science pack, and then we'll do... oh, we also need Aeroframe Bulkhead. Then we can do Astronomic Catalog, and then we can do Astronomic Science Pack 4. So we've got Energy Science and Astronomic Science both unlocked to level 4 now. You know the drill by now. We've got to set up the Energy Science Pack. We've got to set up the Material Catalog. We have a new version of Juicebox, but we're not going to update to that just yet. We'll get to that in just a minute. So this is the 4th catalog, which takes all those things and some thermofluid. And we can set up some of these recipes. So using the constant combinators, this guy needs fusion test data, which is this one. Fusion test data needs proton stream, which we're making right here, which is made from normal cotton candy and iron plates. Very simple, just a different, we're just dyeing it green, that's all. Dyeing it green with iron plates, that's kind of strange. And then the next one over is magnetic monopole data, which was that one. Kind of similar, but requires the electromagnetic field data, which we're making a little bit farther down. And then we'll copy that over, and then the next one down is this weird-looking thing, the boson data, which is a type of subatomic particle, I think. There we go. That just takes the pink cotton candy. Set all those up. Pink cotton candy, blank data card, thermofluid gets you boson data. That's actually pretty straightforward. Not too bad. So we have those 3. And we are missing the 4th one. We'll get to that, the star probe data. We're going to get to that. Let's go do the astronomic data. Same kind of idea. We got to set up the 4th astronomic science pack. And this guy needs the thing we just unlocked, the aeroframe bulkhead recipe. There we go. And then we can set up the extended astronomic catalog. We also have a 4th juicebox recipe, but just like the energy one, we're not going to set that up just yet. So this one is this guy, the dark energy data, which needs astrometric data, negative pressure data, and some thermofluid, and spits out all that stuff. Gonna recycle us some data cards. That's actually pretty good, because those things, we just keep going through them. Even though we're recycling 80% of them, we keep going through them at a ferocious rate. This one is 0-point energy data, which takes negative pressure data and thermofluid and spits out that stuff. Oh, you know what? I think this is the first time I've noticed the negative pressure data output. I'm gonna have to account for that in just a minute. We're gonna have to fix this. But let's set all the recipes, then we'll come back to that. And then down here is the last one we're gonna set up here, the micro black hole data. Takes blank data card and particle stream and some really cold thermofluid. There we go. No thermofluid. Oh, because that pipe is not centered for some reason. That's weird. All right, we can probably fix that one. Why is that like that? Did this machine get budged? Oh, I think I moved it maybe to fit the wide area beacon there. Okie dokie, so I think I fixed the micro black hole guy here. And I think I have a solution for this one as well. Although it may cause problems later, we'll have to keep an eye on it to make sure this doesn't jam up in some manner. I'm going to give an extra output to this filter inserter for the negative pressure data, which has a 40% chance as an output, and we need to re-input it back into the machine. But we don't have room to do that 2x2 box thing, at least not without some reconfiguring. So what would be simpler is to give both of these outputs like this. It's just those 4 machines, I guess. So they're going to be on the opposite side of the belt. And then we go down here and we filter them off, and they get fed back into this guy. And then we just say the items on the belt feeding back in from the output has priority over the fresh ones, just like any other kind of resource loop. And hopefully that doesn't jam up in some manner. If we just let it run, I will keep an eye on it, and if it does jam, we'll have to find a different solution. So with everything we've done during this episode, we are now producing everything for Astronomic Science Packs 1 to 4, except for we are still missing Asteroid Belt Probe data, and we are producing everything for Energy Science 1 to 4, except for Star Probe data. These two are going to require a special setup. We're going to have to make some outposts. One of the things we just unlocked, which was a prerequisite for unlocking Astronomic and Energy Science Packs 4, was the Space Probe Rocket Silo, which includes a new rocket silo and a Space Probe rocket. In order to get our Star Probe data and our Asteroid Belt Probe data, what we gotta do is we gotta launch a rocket with a special satellite from the surface around the star that we're in orbit around, and also from within an asteroid belt, respectively. And that's why I've got a landing pad here for each of these 2 types of data, because up to this point I was thinking of doing these with our traditional outpost style, which involves cargo rockets, and that's how we've done all of our ore outposts. However, we are now finally at the point where we can research the spaceship. The whole point of playing this mod pack, to build your own spaceships and fly them around. We are there. We have arrived. And so I think since we've been waiting so long to get these spaceships, I'm going to save this step for the beginning of the next episode, so we can focus on it properly, since this episode's probably already going to be pretty long. Check mark. Ooh, but not a check mark for these 4. So, instead of doing those outposts for the end of this video, since our base in space, we're in space and we got a space base, it's gotten a lot bigger and it's starting to draw a whole lot more power. Since we're going to save the outposts for next episode with the spaceships, what we're going to do instead is we are going to upgrade our power infrastructure. We're going to go to Flat Solar Panel version 2, which is twice as powerful as version 1. So we're making the new solar panels here right next to the old solar panels, and they do require them as an ingredient, so we're direct inserting from one to the other. We also have storage chests with a flat solar panel filter, so if there's any sitting around in the base, as long as there's at least one in these containers, this inserter won't work, so we'll recycle the solar panels instead of making new ones. I also squared off the edges of our Nexus area. It's looking pretty nice. So we are going to make this big area up here a huge solar panel field. I've already done a little bit of it, but we're going to fully automate it now, except for the part where I'll have to put down blueprints. So we got some train stops here where we need to deliver some different things. Let's look at the map. So we need to deliver the platform, the solar panels, we need to scoop up the old solar panels, and we need to deliver as well roboports and substation pylons. So we got these trains here, which are going to do those things. This one is going to pick up the recycled solar panels. We're going to use an upgrade planner for that. And this one's going to deliver some roboports and pylon substations up to that area. And if either of those go empty on the train, it'll come back and pick up more. Then we're going to go into navigation satellite mode, and I've got this blueprint here. This is the old blueprint, and I'm going to paste it enough so that it copies over and overlaps over the rail line, and we join up with these isolated roboports to make one big network. And then after that, we will upgrade it. That should work. So here's this space scaffolding train, and the robots will get to work. They got to place all this scaffolding before they'll take any instructions from placing blueprints to put down the other stuff. I guess they'll do the power lines first as well. So we've got some upgraded flat solar panels sitting out here ready to get used, and so I've got a new blueprint, but first we need to upgrade all the existing solar panels. So we're going to make an upgrade planner from our navigation satellite mode, because I don't have any radars out here. We want to upgrade flat solar panels to flat solar panel 2. That's it. So then we grab that, close the inventory. We're going to make a big box. We're just going to draw a big rectangle around everything that's already there. And then the robots should do the rest. Yeah, nice. Nice job, robots. Except I don't think this is one big network yet. We've got to connect up. We've got to add some roboports to connect up to the other side. So anyway, the solar panel upgrade and expansion is well underway. It's going to take a while to really expand this, but we got other things to do, and the robots can work on this while we're doing other things like making spaceships. We're already up to 21 gigawatts, by the way. So that's the end of this episode. Next episode, spaceships. Have a good day. Bye-bye.